When you first start studying religion and comparing all the different kinds of religion, you can get more confused than a 3-year-old with a Rubik's Cube. And just like a child with a Rubik's Cube, if you speak to people within these different spaces, they're going to start peeling off stickers and putting them in other places to try to make things make sense. And because I've studied so many different religions, I want to kind of try to simplify everything for everybody, hoping that it can kind of bridge some gaps. Now, I get it, people are going to argue, there's nothing I can do about it. This debate culture thing is out of control. I personally refuse to get involved in religious debates. It's a waste of my time, it's a waste of everybody's time, and all it is clickbait for attention. When you sit there and debate with somebody from another religion, you're never going to change their mind. You're not going to convert anybody over. That's not how things work. But I want to be able to package things in a way so everybody can start to understand other people's perspectives, and maybe it'll get a little bit of the attention down. Well, it might stop a little bit of tension after I finish my point, but right at the beginning, just be patient. There's a point to this. All religions except Islam worship the jinn. And when I say the jinn, I mean actual jinn, not the devil, not Satan, not Lucifer, not whatever name or title you would have put on something demonic. See, the jinn have free will. They were created very similar to humanity, so they have the choice to follow whatever they believe. There is Christian jinn, there is Muslim jinn, there is Buddhist jinn. Now, we know that praying to anything other than God is not okay. You shouldn't be doing it. But these people don't understand that because the jinn they are speaking to is telling them otherwise. And while these individuals are praying to these jinn of these different faiths, they may be getting results in their life that correlate to them believing in what's happening. Now, I know this firsthand because I've tried it, but any results they're going to get out from working with these jinn, it's going to be backhanded. It's going to come at a cost. So we take Zerka, for example. He has a big story, and I'm not sure all you guys know who Zerka is, but we'll just be brief. Zerka was somebody, he's a comedian online. I find him absolutely hilarious, but there's a catch to him, a really big one. Now, his story is that he was in a shower and he was praying to Jesus. And he was raised in a Muslim family, but there was a moment in his life where everything was falling apart. He was breaking down alone and having a mental breakdown praying to Jesus. And he said he worked some kind of deal with Jesus, saying that if he gets famous online, he will do X, Y, Z. And so now he preaches the name of Jesus everywhere. And then that fame happened. It came true. The story goes that he was on Omegle and met some random people on Twitch and popped off from there. So it seems like his prayer came true, that the ritual actually worked. But then you fast forward and see the cost of all the attention he's got online. His entire brand is toxic. It's built on a lie. He was caught on camera with underage women. There are so many sacrifices he's having to make. He can't just live his life. He can't just be happy. The man's constantly depressed. Everywhere you look, he's getting in trouble. He's getting canceled, getting banned off of platforms. So although he got that fame, it came at a massive cost. But if you look at it from his perspective and try to put yourself in his shoes for a moment, what he did worked. He was in that shower, having that mental breakdown, having a very hard moment in life, called out to something and saw results immediately. Now, you can argue this is still part of God's punishment, that if somebody works with the jinn and they're punished for it, it's to teach them a lesson, and I would agree entirely. This was the exact same thing I went through. I've done countless rituals, thousands and thousands of rituals. I got results from them. They worked, but there's always a catch behind everything. There was always something behind the door waiting for you, or another door closes when you open another one. It was just chaos and headache. And this is what people of other faiths have to deal with 24/7. They're constantly working with these jinn that are making them promises and half fulfilling them, which also makes these individuals more irritable than normal because they're having all this extra chaos in their life, but they're also seeing a little bit of light at the same time. And it's not until you go full force into darkness where the light shines the brightest. When I say that, I mean picture a tunnel, that you're in the middle of this dark tunnel, that everything around you is darkness, it is just pure black, everything is evil and demonic around you. In that moment, the tiniest bit of light will shine brighter than anything ever. Most people get discouraged when they see that tiny bit of light shining very bright, and they go running for it, and they realize how far away it is. There's sometimes you are in the middle of that tunnel and it's going to take you quite a bit of work to be able to get out of it. And that's what a lot of these individuals are in currently. These people who are following these other belief systems, which are actually following jinn, they've been tempted to go very far into this tunnel to get into almost pure blackness. And although there may be light around them and they might start swaying back towards the light, they realize how far it is and how much work it's going to take to get out of it, and they get discouraged. This is why it is so important for us to be courteous of other people's emotions when they follow other belief systems. No one likes to be told they're wrong, and especially around a subject like religion where people have very, very hard beliefs in it. Now, thankfully, it's not quite often that the Muslims get in the comment sections of Christian videos and start attacking people. We still need to talk about this. Quite often in the Islamic community, people are attacking each other. And there's a time and place for internal issues, for sure. There is definitely a place where we need to sit down and figure out internal issues, but right now is not that time. We have a situation going on in Gaza, and one of the biggest questions I get asked has nothing to do with Palestine, has nothing to do with the belief system. Everybody wants to know whether I follow Sunni versus Shia. And my answer will always be the same, is I follow Islam. I'm not getting in the middle of that conversation. I'm not getting in the middle of that debate. That's not my place. I'm not getting in the middle of that conversation. I'm not getting in the middle of that debate. That's not my place. And I reverted months ago. I still have so much more to learn. That's not my place to get in the middle of that. But it blows me away that I see Muslims attacking Muslims more than anything else. They're just coming at each other left and right. I'm not quite sure where this comes from, but this is not a good place to be. Now, a little bit of haram policing and self-regulation is a positive thing, or else we end up in a situation like Christianity where you have the island boys running around saying they're Christian. And you can see these fake Christians, they can pop up and say cool catchphrases and grift it and get tons and tons of views online and not really be Christian or never open a Bible. Fortunately, you can't get away with that in Islam, but it's been taken to extreme where it's pushing people out of the faith. So really, there's two things that I want everybody to take away from this. Is one, be nicer to each other. If somebody prays a little bit different than you, that doesn't affect you. And two, be courteous of other people's beliefs. They're working with a jinn and they may be getting some kind of results from it.